Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So if this is the first video that you're joining me on, my name's Jasmine and I make a lot of bodybuilding, thyroid, autoimmune, lifestyle, 9 to 5 videos. So if that is something that you're interested in, make sure you give this video a like and a subscribe. So today's video is actually a request. In my DMs, I got requested, Jasmine, I can see that you've had a thyroid condition for 20 years. What supplements would you recommend? Now I have to preface this video by saying we should be getting all our supplements through Whole Foods, but in a realistic world, this isn't going to happen. So I'm going to introduce this vlog because we will be filling up my own supplements and I'll be talking about my supplement. But before we get into that, I thought it'd be super important to talk about what supplements I would recommend for a thyroid condition. So a thyroid condition like Hashimoto's feels like you're trying to build a house on a shaky foundation. You can train as hard as you can drink the water, you can do the steps, but sometimes you feel like you're not being supported by. I've spent years researching how to bridge the gap between how to manage being an athlete and managing an autoimmune disease. So today I'm going to break down five of my key supplements which I think have helped contribute to my muscle growth. So number one is selenium. Why is selenium important for people with a thyroid? Did you know that Brazil nuts contain selenium? But let's talk about it. Selenium is the on switch for your thyroid hormones. Most of us produce a hormone called T4. If your body can't convert it to T3, you'll still feel like your brain fog and you might suffer from a slow metabolism. So ensuring that you can either take this through a supplement or through Brazil nuts, I believe it's 2 or 3, they will help you have the adequate selenium that you need for your thyroid. Number 2, I actually am not sponsored, I am an ambassador, but the particular brand I use is Peaks Up. So I have a code with them, Jasmine Energy. I don't earn any commission off them, it's just to get 10% off site-wide. So we're going to talk about one at a time, but this is the zinc, magnesium, vitamin B6 and copper, but I'm going to specifically talk about the zinc. So zinc is a double win for people with a thyroid condition. It helps the body produce thyroid hormones, but bodybuilders watching, it's also crucial for their protein synthesis and muscle repair. So this is a double win for anyone who's trying to optimize their thyroid health, or if they're trying to optimize their health in general, they weight train, which I would recommend near enough everyone do. If you're feeling sluggish, zinc might be something that you are deficient in. So I would really recommend before you do any type of supplementation, take a blood test. That's why I work with MediChecks, because it really does help you see what are you deficient in. Also track your food through Chronometer. We obviously all probably know what MyFitnessPal is. Tracking your food through Chronometer will help you see what nutrients that you are having, what vitamins you have, what you're deficient in. I would recommend it to near enough everyone. Number 3, a clean protein. Now I'm very lucky to be working with Trained by JP and Nazes. Both of them are completely clean proteins. So making sure that you have adequate protein won't just help body, but it'll also help your thyroid. It can help cause you just to feel more satiated between meals. Remember, protein is the only macronutrient that cannot be stored as fat. But I personally intake a vegan protein or a pea-based protein. It's gluten-free, it's easily digestible. I really do hit most of my protein through Whole Foods, but also important to make sure that you can supplement with some type of lean protein. I am based in the UK. I know that in Canada, I can't remember the particular brand, but you really want to look at the ingredients and also how your stomach feels. I have a lot of clients come to me with early signs of a thyroid condition, and we really sit back and we reflect how they feel after every single meal. I don't believe everyone with a thyroid condition should cut out gluten or dairy, but I've seen positive correlations with myself alongside my clients to see how they feel cutting or reducing their dairy intake. Some people are absolutely fine, but some people I really do recommend them to take that little step back. So an easy swap would be a whey isolate for a vegan protein. So easy swaps there will help you with your thyroid condition. Number 4, we're going to speak about, and this is something that I've been doing extensive research about, magnesium. I'm not going to go into the logistics unless you want me to. Magnesium glycerate, remember I've got dyslexia, all of the different types of magnesium. This one does contain magnesium, lower cortisol, and it helps with muscle cramps. So if you feel like your system's on a high alert, a lot of us in the Western world, we live very busy lives. High cortisol kills muscle growth. So I take magnesium specifically every single night and it helps me sleep. It also helps me relax, my muscles relax. And those with those thyroid cramps, sometimes I might get one in my calf. It does help to regulate all of that. So you need to remember that anything that you can do to optimize your sleep, for example, supplementing with magnesium, will be beneficial for you. The The last supplement which I'm actually going to speak about is going to be a vitamin D3 and K2. So a lot of us are deficient in vitamin D, and it's actually a hormone, not just a vitamin. So it helps regulate the immune system, and if you're autoimmune, this is so important. I noticed a massive jump in energy, in mental concentration, since I have been supplementing directly with vitamin D3 and K2. So if you are a thyroid gal or an athlete or a bodybuilder, definitely look at how much vitamin D3 and K2 you're intaking. So remember, this is just my opinion. I am a massive health advocate. I am not a doctor. Always make sure that you get your blood work done before you start a new supplement stat. I've also linked all my links down below, so if you have any questions, let me know. We'll keep rolling with the rest of the vlog. I hope you enjoy my supplements and some unboxing. But if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments down below, and I will also link my Instagram and my TikTok. But remember to stick around because I'll upload every single week 10 a.m. on Saturday. We'll keep rolling with the vlog. So let's start filling it up. So let's start doing the night ones first. The night ones, I take zinc, magnesium, B6, if I can show you this. 1 second. Zinc, magnesium, B6 and copper. And I currently take 2 tablets of those, and that's your recommended daily serving. So I take 2 of them every evening. Oh, right, we're gonna butcher this because we're talking. So zinc actually and magnesium, a lot of people are deficient in. So it's actually so important that you do supplement with it. And it's something that I do speak to a lot of clients about if they do struggle with their sleep. We actually physically don't really get that much magnesium, and zinc is best paired with it. So to be honest with you, that is a really beneficial sleep supplement, which I do recommend most clients take. Now it's really important to remember that it's only elemental magnesium, which is the one that gets absorbed. The other supplement which I take is 5-HTP. I'm not sponsored, I am an ambassador, but I use 5-HTP. I know Trained by JP do a dream sleep, which is absolutely fantastic. I haven't got my hands on it yet, but I have always taken 5-HTP alongside zinc and magnesium. I'm just lucky to have copper in this. And I don't eat red meat at all. So vitamin B6, a lot of people are deficient in. So that is those I've just missed out Monday. And what I do, and this saves me so much time, I never used to do this, I fill it up for 2 weeks. So this will be taken, then that will be taken. So let me make sure I'm putting 5-HTP in here. Brilliant. And then for my, okay, I do take an extensive stat, oh, that's very zoomed in. I have taken an extensive supplement routine for quite a while because I am deficient in a lot, not just because of diet, but because of my thyroid. And this is what works for me, and this has worked for me for a very long time. So this is what I take. I'm going to show you exactly what I take for my thyroid, and I fill this up every 2 weeks. It's really easy. I remembered to do it, and let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to take, if I can stand you up properly again, make sure that there we go. So we're going to take a daily multivit. So this daily multivit, if I can zoom out, is from Costco. You get such a good range, and I take obviously a daily multivit. Now you have to be careful when you are supplementing with a lot of supplements that you're not overdoing it. So my recommendation to all clients is to get their blood work done and then reevaluate and see what they need. For example, if you need extra vitamin D, which most people in the UK that do, and that leads me really nicely onto vitamin D. I take vitamin D3 every single day. Now, if you are a bodybuilder, or if you live in the northern hemisphere, it's really important that you do supplement with vitamin D because we lack a lot of sunlight, but actually, more importantly, it helps with energy, bone protection, all of that. So I always make sure I have my vitamin D. Then I do supplement with, wait for it, progesterone. Progesterone. This is just for me, and this I only started a I want to say it was a few months ago, because I was really struggling with my mood, my energy, my libido, and this really works. Now, I am going to do a whole another YouTube video on my HRT, but I might have to take this out depending on what they put me on and what the coach says. Next one, a probiotic. So if I'm in like normal season, life season, I'll only take one. You can take up to 3 capsules of this. This helps regulate my bowels. I recommend everyone to take a probiotic. This helps with biocultures, digesting. I obviously do take a digestive enzyme, but this really helps me. Definitely regulates. Everyone needs to take one. Then what I also take is a vitamin C. Now I take a lot of vitamin C. I take 900 mg a day, which I think is on the slightly upper end, or I take 1800. So for me, I am autoimmune. So having vitamin C in place as a supplement is so important, because it helps me with not getting ill, fighting illness. Actually, did you know that kiwi has more vitamin C than an orange? I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, I think that's it actually. And then I also take DHEA, but I don't pop that in here. I'll take that separately. And that is all the supplements I take. So it is quite extensive, but not as extensive as I have seen some people. And it's something that works for me. I make sure that I am on top of my supplements. 1 second. Pop it all back. I make sure that I'm on top of my something that you should be supplementing with. So if you are getting you should ideally be getting all of your nutrients and vitamins through food, but reality is a lot of us aren't. So getting your supplements in is a way to make sure that you are covered on all bases. Now, what I would recommend to a lot of people is to make sure that they get their blood work done, review their markers. So for example, your vitamin B12, if you don't eat red meat, your vitamin D levels, all of that, and then assess what you actually do need. A lot of people are on all these supplements because they see someone talking about it, and realistically they probably won't need it. Now I am trying to optimize my health as effectively as I can, especially being an autoimmune thyroid gal. So this is what has worked for me over years. I never used to take progesterone, I think it said, but now I have to take it. So it's all about assessing that biofeedback, seeing where you need to get into, and then from there seeing what you actually do need to take. Don't just be taking willy-nilly because your favorite influencer's taking it. It needs to work for you. I've taken CLA in the past. I've taken quite a lot of supplements in the past, vital support and heart health and kidney health, but that's vital support, trained by JP. Obviously use Jasmine if you want discount, but I use them especially, but right now I'm just trying to optimize my health in the best way possible. So I take those 3 from Trained by JP, and I do want to order some Dream Sleep this month, so that is on the to-do list. But I hope you found this supplement talk through useful. If you have any questions around supplementation, that's something that I do definitely talk to my girls about, and also I do take some consultations around what you should be taking, especially when you have a thyroid condition. If you don't eat meat, I don't eat red meat, so that's exactly why that's why I have to take vitamin B12, because my vitamin B12 levels were low. But if you have any questions around that, let me know, because I always love learning about supplementation. In the evening, actually, I forgot to say, in the evening, I am religious. The L-theanine, if that focuses, if I get my head out of the frame, this is a game changer. So actually, it's found in the green tea, and that's what you don't get the coffee jitters from. So when you drink matcha, you have a slow relief. For me, L-theanine, it helps some people focus, but it really helps me unwind, switch off, and it really does work. And I've been trialing it for about 6 months now, and I came off ashwagandha because there is a slight dosage with, if you have anxiety, there's been studies that have been released that it could promote not great anxiety, but also you have to cycle on and off it for its effect. With L-theanine, you can just keep it in. So I did replace ashwagandha with L-theanine. But if you have any questions, let me know. I obviously take my digestive enzyme and my ALA, which helps me with my carb meals. But there is a lot here. I am very aware of that, and this is what works for me. I've said that up again. Remember that you have to take into consideration what will work for you and your body, and remembering that you have to take into consideration also what your blood work says. But my DMs are always open, comments are always open. Please ask questions, and I hope to see you next time. So I got some PR, and I thought we'd unbox it together. Nuz Est. I'm even grateful to get PR, like, especially with being gluten-free and dairy-free. It's really hard to make sure that my stomach doesn't react to most things, and that's something that I have to take into consideration. So in the next few weeks, I know that I am going to be trialing this, and a big thing for me is if it affects my stomach, then obviously I can't use it. But I'm very lucky to have tried and used their protein powder before, and it works really nicely. It works really, really nicely for me. So I'm opening this like an absolute wally because I've not got a scissors. But here we go. So we have received, oh, quite a lot to be fair. I'm very grateful for this. So I have their Good Green Vitality. It's vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. If you look at the panel, generally I like all my clients and myself to get all my greens, but realistically some days some people just can't get all their green profile. So Good Green Vitality is the ultimate nutrient blend to optimize your health, look good for vitamin C for healthy skin. So I'm definitely going to be starting to see if this makes a difference. So it's got 8 billion CFU microbiotics, 75 premium ingredients per 10 grams, and there's 30 servings. I don't believe there is an actual flavour, but that is what it looks like. And then we got a shaker. I can never have enough shakers. Honestly, please. I love a shaker. I feel like they're one of those things that you just forget to buy and forget to add on. Actually, this is a water bottle. I've just realised. So it's got a lid, which is really cute. And then in this one, I did speak to them, try Nuzest. So this is amazing because they actually have your Good Green Vitality in little servings. So if you're traveling, I think this is a fantastic idea. So all you do is pour it into a cold glass, add a scoop and shake and drink immediately. So 1 sachet is 1 scoop. So thank you so much, Nuzest. As always, I will be trialing and reviewing back on my TikTok and my Instagram. But if you have any questions, let me know.